for a minute. Bet they gon' get it. New show on the road, keep your ears all severed. Let me break it down. We gon' take the crown. New vibe so alive, tell me how that sound. MarkPain got the mic, right? He gon' do it right. Christy with the T, she gon' make it out of sight. Ariella with the last name Blue. Sweet on the mic, make a pathway through. Bring it in with the real Domk. Different, fresh, there's nothing they gon' say. Back to the biz, let me show you what it is.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey everybody, it's your girl Ariella Blu in the building, y'all. Along with my girl, Miss Queen Christy, the real Domk, and platinum hit-making producer MarkPain in the building, y'all, right? And together, you guys, we are collectively Laughs and Lyrics. And this is the Friday Night Frenzy, y'all, on KSHP 107.1 FM and 1400 on your AM dial. Tonight is our debut, you guys, and we will be in the mix every Friday night at 7 p.m. So tell a friend or a friend of a friend about our show, and y'all tune in, all right? We have lots of giveaways, so make sure you stay locked into KSHP 107.1 FM and 1400 AM. So before we get into who we are, we're going to get into My Cut, I'll Be Good, a remake of my Aunt Angela Winbush's hit from back in the early 90s, y'all. Let's go. Ariella's in the building. All right, first go. You're going to get started for you a little bit like this. First go.
You can tell who's been on the radio before, right?
So much devotion, so much devotion. We went to show All right, y'all. So welcome back, y'all. And thank you again for joining us on this amazing Friday night. We're going to take a moment for us to individually introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit about us. And then we're going to get back into some music. And we're going to have y'all ride with us on this Friday night vibe, y'all. All right?
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Because we need to know a little bit about you. You can't just pass the mic.
Oh, no, Christy. Well, look, y'all. Your girl, I'm from Southern California, the hood, okay, in L.A., okay, South Central Los Angeles. I was a headliner for 102.3 KJLH in Los Angeles, okay, for about 5 years. And then I came out here and I headlined Culture Fest and Taste and Sounds of Soul Food and Music Festival for about 7 years. That is two of Vegas's biggest and longest running food and music festivals out here, y'all. Okay.
Yeah, you were about to skip that right on over. We need to know about you, and that song is fire.
Thank you.
Fire.
Yeah, shout out to hubby, CED. Okay, yeah, on that mix right there.
All right.
So we got MarkPain in the building, y'all. That's right. MarkPain is a platinum recording producer for the East Coast family, BBD, y'all. Okay, ABC, all of that good stuff right there. MarkPain, tell them what you're working with.
I appreciate that introduction. I never had nobody introduce me like that. But
you deserve it.
That was fire. My name is MarkPain. I was born in the Bronx, New York City. I came up around hip hop. I saw it evolve. I was fortunate at the tender age of 21 to meet Michael Bivins. He liked the way I wrote. He liked my writing style. He liked the way I produced music. And, you know, he was putting the East Coast family together. And he was like, yo, I want to sign you and your partner, Finesse.
Nice.
And so we did a lot of ghostwriting for Motown, for the East Coast family, for a lot of the artists that he had on Biv 10. And Bell Biv DeVoe was working on the second album. And because I made an impact,
right,
he was like, I want you to write on BBD's album too.
Dang. So
I ended up writing on the Hootie Mac album, Above the Rim, which is one of the second biggest song on the album, beside Babyface's Something in Your Eyes.
Right.
So those are the two songs that carried the album.
Wow,
And
that's remarkable.
Because of that situation, I earned a gold plaque from that. You know what I mean? And then, of course, featuring with Boyz II Men on East Coast Family, being in the video with them directly, you know, I earned a plaque from ghostwriting on that album as well. So, you know.
And hence your following.
Yeah. So, you know, it's been a blessing. You know, I try to keep this as humble as possible because it can come and it can go. You know what I mean? So I just try to keep it, you know, as humble as possible, and just, you know, try to help as many people as I can in this business, because that's what it's all about.
Yes, it
Team
is.
and community. So, you know.
Yes, yes. So we are so happy to have you a part of our group collectively. We are just an amazing group of individuals. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to my girl, Miss Christy.
Yeah, see, I talk too much, so, and I'm always in everybody's celebrity business, so, you know, it just fits. Miss Christy, T-E-A. So, no, Mark, thank you so much. Like, we are so blessed to have you.
Man.
I mean, even to just be in the room with so much talent, it's amazing. I'm so thankful to share this time and space with you guys.
I appreciate it.
So, before we get started on me, I actually want to take a moment to hear one of your songs that you produced. It's pretty fire.
Oh,
So we're
appreciate
gonna
it.
go into Keep It 100. So
Right on.
all right, so Keep It 100 by MarkPain. Tell us what you like, tell us what you feel, and he's keeping it 100.
That part.
Following on social media, all my social media channels, everybody on the live right now. I appreciate everybody tuning in. But guess what? I got somebody special for y'all. I got the real Domk right over here on the right hand side of me.
Hey,
Talk to him.
Hey y'all, what's up? I want to go ahead and start off, just let everybody know I'm absolutely so thankful to be in the room with all these amazing, talented people at this time.
Appreciate it.
As MarkPain did say to y'all, I am a retired basketball player. I played high school through college, and just want to shout out my teams. So Rubidoux, Barstow, if you're listening, shout y'all out. After college, I spent myself going to Atlanta, got into the club scene out there, started my videography journey, and now I'm here doing some radio. So absolutely excited about that, and I just want to shout out Capone. I've been in some of her viral videos, so if y'all can, go ahead, check her out.
Maria.
Absolutely. So that's an absolute insider if y'all haven't seen it. 10 million has, but we gonna go ahead and keep it at that.
That's the girl right there, the real Dom K, y'all, in the building with us right now. Yes. So how y'all feeling today, team? Y'all feeling good?
Absolutely. So I think we should actually do a little bit of giveaways. So caller number 5 right now, we want to give away 2 tickets to Gordon Park's Summer of Soul R&B experience at the Motown Extreme Theater on June 17th. That's right, 2 tickets to one of the most fabulous shows coming to the South Strip Motown Extreme Theater on June 17th. So 5th caller, 702-221-7283. That's 702-221-7283. We're looking for the 5th caller, and we are going to go into 4 a.m., which is the remix featuring Gary Little G. Jenkins from the group Silk and Gordon Park.
Come on, let's go.
Okay, only thing, you gotta listen. He didn't say nothing.
Get on them phones. Get on them phones. 702-221-7283. All right. Caller number 5. 5. Guest call in. What time does our guest call in?
He's gonna call. We told her we'll call her at 7:35. Is fire. I mean, I may be a little bit biased. I actually managed that group. That is Gordon Park, but you know, I think it's fire. So tell me what y'all think. I do want to give a shout out right now to a few people on live. So shout out to Amy. Shout out. I don't know how to say this name, but I know your name is Stanley, so I'm not gonna call you by whatever name you got on Facebook. Beatrice, yes, she's grown now, but thank you guys so much, and we are gonna go to our 5th caller. So all right, so Lamar, we have Lamar, which is our fifth caller. So our fifth caller, hello. I'm good. So where are you calling us from? Okay, well, we are going to be jamming with you on June 17th. We have 2 tickets to the Gordon Park Summer of Soul 2025 R&B music experience, and it is a treat. So, are you married, Lamar? Okay, well, you better go find you a good date, because it's going to be an experience. These guys are fire, and they put on a show. So we definitely want to see you at that show. Make sure you speak out and let us know who you are. But we will have your tickets. So Lamar, I'm going to get your last name, and we will have your tickets at will call when you show up on the 17th. Okay? So we will get. Okay, we're gonna get your. We need your phone number and we need your email address. Okay.
So hold the line.
So hold the line. All right.
Congratulations, Lamar.
Congratulations.
All right. Well, you guys, welcome back to our amazing show, Laughs and Lyrics, y'all, and the Friday Night Frenzy on 107.1 FM, 1400 on your AM dial, y'all. We are in the building here. We got MarkPain, platinum producer in the building from the East Coast family. We got the real Domk over here. Your girl, Ariella Blu, as you know, I'm in the building. And oh my goodness, my girl, Chris T.E.A., Miss Chris T. Because she's going to be giving you that tea later on, y'all, okay? That part right there. Are you going to be giving it to him right now?
Well, we got some Diddy tea.
I don't want to
wait.
wait.
Do it? So I actually want to give a shout out, though. So we have Dwight actually is on my live, and he is one of the members of Gordon Park. So
okay. Well,
shout out. We just grooved to your music, and you know I love it. It's a jam. So I told him I might be biased, but I think it's a treat for everybody. So we're excited to have Lamar there with us at the June 17th show at the Motown Extreme Theater. So I don't want to. You know what? It's really hard to talk about yourself. It's really, really hard. So a lot of people know me. Radio is new to me. I'm always sitting on the side of being interviewed, but this time I'm on the other side of it. So I'm super excited.
We're excited for you, Miss Christie.
Yes, I was actually a little bit nervous, but you know, I'm doing okay.
You're doing great.
So thank you. So we are.
I'm nervous.
Look, you're not the only man in the room, Mark. So actually, just a little bit. I don't want to go too deep into me. I actually came from the corporate world. Used to do a lot of strategic plans for Universal Music Group. Fell in love with writing plans, analytics. I'm the nerd. I'm not really the front person, so this is new. But I actually stepped into the other side of management. Fell in love with it because the everybody knows entertainment is a big industry. You know, it's a huge industry, and there's so many places and ways you can go in there. So I did manage some really great platinum artists. MC Brains, he's out of Ohio, 216. He gonna say that, 216 in your face all the time. Oochie coochie la la la. DRS, which is actually how Lamar Lubin and DRS. Yes, that's how I met the beautiful Ariella Blu. So that was Gangster Lean. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, I know in the 90s somebody was, pouring out a little bit of liquor and this one was for the homies. Yeah. Public announcement, Body Bumping, if y'all remember, Slow Jam. So I had a pretty decent roster. Actually, I had about 16 people on my roster at that time. But my world really was more corporate America, so I think that's what made me really good at it. Took a break, had to get my kids through college. They both graduated, and now I'm back in entertainment.
Back in the saddle again.
So I really wanted to be selective, and I had the opportunity to work with Gordon Park. And they are a group of super talented guys. 2 of them were in the Rude Boys. One of them actually wrote, produced, and sang with Casey and JoJo.
Nice.
And a couple of them play instruments out of this world. So if you heard the sound, the song going,
Multi-talented.
oh my gosh.
That's always good.
Just super, super talented. They've worked with some of everybody, Kelly Rowland, Marvin Sapp, Levert. I mean, Dwight was actually signed to Uptown Records. So
Nice.
it's just, they're so talented, and they're grown men. They're not grown men trying to be little boys.
Okay.
And so, actually, MarkPain, just to bring that up, while I was looking on Spotify, I see you got a boys, a men not boys soundtrack. So we're gonna have to bring that on eventually, because that song was fire too.
Okay.
So anyway, just a little bit for another show. But enough about me. I think right now, we do have an interview coming up, so we're gonna actually talk a little bit about something that is pretty wild right now.
There's a lot going on.
A lot of
in the
controversy,
entertainment
and
industry.
I don't think that it's going the way people thought it was gonna go, but I actually think it's going exactly how the prosecution wants it to go. So we're gonna talk about, did he do it?
Did he do it?
Did he do it? Well, we already
That's
know the
what
man
everyone
is a
wants to
freak,
know.
so we don't gotta talk about that. 100, how many bottles of baby oil was it?
No, I
That
mean,
was a
number
lot.
of toys was there?
Hey.
That's the real question.
I mean, I never see. First he said, his attorney came out and said that Costco, he just likes baby oil, and so he bought it from Costco.
Wow.
Costco came out and said, we don't even sell
That's
Johnson
his
and
story, and
Johnson.
he's sticking to it.
So, but I guess right now what I wanted to really focus on is the trial. We could go back and forth with him, because we know this man has probably done quite a bit. We know a lot about his history because it's been publicized time and time again. But the one thing that I guess that's, as a mother, that hurts me is that his babies are hearing all of this. That's a little bit crazy to me.
Yeah.
He has them in
I
court.
agree.
Yeah.
He has them in court and watching all of this, and I just can't imagine what's going through their heads.
Yeah.
Because they see him as a father, right? They see him as a loving father. Remember his last album was Love.
Correct.
Yeah.
But we
So-
really don't know what they were actually exposed to.
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
So
Maybe it's
Cassie,
not so shocking.
right? So thinking about something that actually came up that day one, that opening statements, they came out and they prosecution, they laid theirs out, but the defense came out and said this is not a RICO case. This is a domestic violence case. And we've seen the video of the hotel, which they tried to get thrown out, and it's not. It's very much prevalent to this case. But as I've been watching, it's crazy to hear. Cassie's 8 months pregnant, and they're making her read some of her own
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
You know?
But there's a lot more victims than just Cassie, so I think that as it plays out, we'll all probably be really surprised as to what actually transpires towards the end. So
And that's the biggest
Yeah.
piece. I think that, and that's what I started. I think the prosecution set the defense up, because you can never get back that opening statement.
yeah,
And so what I think happened is they said, okay, we're gonna let you believe this. But remember, there's 189 other witnesses.
yeah.
Right?
That's a little tough to get away from, and lots of video from.
So you didn't have 189 girlfriends.
Lots of videos, yeah.
Lots of videos. And
Lots of
that was
videos.
what was crazy. Diddy actually asked for those videos that they took out of his home to be in the trial. So we'll probably be in the 2026 before this trial is
Yeah,
over.
that's true. That's true. It's a long road up ahead.
So
Prayers to all of the families that are going through this. It has to be a nightmare.
yeah, so I want to know, like, if there's any callers that would like to call in, we actually would love to hear from you right now, because
What are your thoughts?
oh yes, I mean, I have so many thoughts, but I watch this day and night, and I've been watching it, and I just think that it's I think Diddy did it. I think he did it and did some more, and I think after we get to 189 witnesses, we're gonna find out a lot more that we didn't know about. I mean, we know about blown up cars. We know about a few murders that may have happened along the way. We can't say he did it allegedly, right? This has all been alleged. We don't see what this trial brings out. We definitely know he's a freak, but what's your thoughts? Like, on week one, if you've been following a trial, what's your thoughts? I'd love to hear that. And if you could call in 702-221-7283. We don't have a lot of time to take many calls,
We
but
got
we will
about,
take
4 minutes?
4 minutes.
before we get
So
into our
if
our
anybody has
celebrity
any
interview.
opinions, remember
It's
we're
up to
we're
them.
alleged. He's not
Yeah.
convicted yet. So give us a call 702-221-7283.
That part right there. And do we have anything else that we want to get into before?
No, actually, we're gonna expand on this Diddy thing. I was really shocked. I came prepared, and then I started watching today's trial, and I said, "Whoa, they really did spin it." And to the point that the judge, he said he wants it wrapped up tomorrow.
Wow.
He said she is 8 months pregnant, and it's either going to be at best a harassment on the defense, or it could be a mistrial.
Wow.
So he wants her off the stand. He said that they've proven their point. There was a relationship, they were freaks, they both admitted to things, it went back and forth, but get on with the point. We got 189 more witnesses to go through.
So what do y'all think? What do you guys think? Do we have any callers on the line
No.
right now that want to
Our
bring in
callers
their
are
little
Our fans are
piece
shy.
of, oh, our fans. You can't be shy. Y'all
Well-
just sitting back listening. It's all good though. It definitely is. I want to give a shout out though, Christy, while we have a couple of minutes to our media team, Val TV. We got Valerie McConnell and Chill in the building, y'all, with us from Val TV, CW Network. So shout out to my girl for coming
Yes,
down
thank
here,
you.
capturing everything. Yes, we're having a ball up in here though,
Oh,
you
we
guys. For
are.
our first go, we are just having a good time. What do you think, MarkPain? You having a good time?
I am. I definitely wanted to announce as well that there is going to be a talent competition happening right here in the entertainment capital of the world. Comedians and artists from all genres from around the world are welcome to compete. We're looking for the next big acts to compete for a chance to win a $10,000 artist development package.
Woo!
Get up close and personal with multi-platinum producers like myself,
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
celebrity managers, A&Rs, industry executives, and more. Submissions will begin this upcoming Monday, May 19, 2025. Follow all of our social sites and get ready to submit online.
Come on now.
Yes, that's
Come
gonna
on
be
now.
huge.
Yeah.
They'll actually have performances, and it's also going to be at the Motown Extreme. There will be a huge reality piece to this, so it's being filmed. The whole thing is being filmed for to be presented and to
To
Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't get
big.
it
That's
out.
major.
I'm multitasking, you guys.
Yeah, that's major.
But yeah, so it's major. So they have a lot of opportunity, as well as, like Mark told you, working with some of the greatest. So I think that even people that are probably not the finalists will probably get some really good contacts. But the finalists will come to Vegas Memorial Day weekend, compete in different little mini competitions to kind of add to value of their points, and then they will perform here in Las Vegas on that Labor Day Monday. So
That's
we're really
gonna be
excited.
amazing.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
gonna be amazing.
So
awesome.
excited.
So who is it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? That's what I'm excited to hear about. Is who it's gonna be.
Right. I'm waiting to see too.
Okay, we are going to share that information with you again before the end of the show, how you submit, and we're looking forward to those submissions, you guys, and hearing from you all.
And Mark, tell us about, so let me tell you, Mark went into like Superman mode. Literally, he put on a cape. And it was so funny because he actually, when we started talking about this show, he was like, I got this person and this person and this person and this person. And it was like, okay, hold on, we only have 1 hour, once a week.
Right.
It's only so many 52 weeks in in a year, so slow down. He had probably 52 in the first 2 hours. So tonight he's gonna introduce. I'm gonna let him introduce because this was absolutely his thing. He set this up. We are so excited about our guest tonight.
Yes.
So Mark, please tell us who we got tonight with us. This is you guys, it's a treat.
So, I love R&B music. I love Keith Sweat. I love everything that he does, and this has always been one of my favorite songs. Make It Last Forever has always been my favorite classic,
Oh, it's a classic.
and every time it comes on, it just brings me back.
think a lot of babies probably got made to it.
I think so too. So tonight, without further ado, we're gonna bring on the talented Miss Jackie McGee, who actually was the co-singer of "Make It Last Forever."
Woo! Welcome, welcome.
Hey, Jackie.
Hi. Oh my goodness, we are so excited. We've been, I can't even tell you, I probably gave y'all so many streams in the last few days. Like, whoo. I mean, it's already on my playlist, but it's been like on repeat.
We're excited to have you, sister, for sure. That song is a classic, it's timeless, and it'll forever be played. So it is really amazing to have you on.
Yes, for sure. Yes. And Jackie, I've been following you for a minute, so, you know, I always love what you're doing, you know, and I thought that you'd be a perfect, you know, for the introduction of the show, I had to get you here. So so we can, I can talk to you directly because it's an honor to have you on our show. And I wanted to be the first one to ask you, the song is a phenomenal song. Every time it comes on the radio, it's just incredible. Every time it comes on. What inspired you to do that song with Keith? And I just kind of want to get a little bit of how you met Keith and what inspired that actual song between you two.
Of mine that is my father-in-law now, actually, but Keith was in his band called Jamila, and he brought Keith down to where I was singing with this other band in New York, and he was like, yeah, I want you to meet, this singer that I know. So Keith and I met, and we talked after the gig, and he was like, I love your voice, and he said, I'm working on a project, and I would love for you to come to the studio. And back then there wasn't no cell phones, no beepers, no nothing. You had to call on that telephone, and if you missed the call, it was too bad.
Old school.
We got somebody young in here. She don't know nothing about that.
Hey, listen, house phones were mobile by the time I got out.
Nice.
We lose you?
Did we lose Jackie? Hang tight, because this story is amazing, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that she was already working with Teddy Riley prior to meeting Keith is just amazing. I mean, she is just fantastic.
Okay, we have like the most bomb.com engineer. Justin just fixed that real quick, so we have Jackie back. We did, and we were over here like, we gotta get her back. We need to hear
Yeah,
this story.
that part. We want to finish hearing. You're good, sis. We were just tripping off of the fact that you were doing music with Teddy Riley prior to even getting with Keith. That's all major. So
I just wonder, I come from a management standpoint, and, that song, I mean, and I actually know Keith, so love him to death. He had me running like crazy at one of the events because, he has certain requirements and the promoters weren't doing what they needed to do. And so, I came through, but he's a sweetheart. And but one of the things that I always fight for with artists is residuals. And, you know, I think a lot of artists back in the day, they didn't understand the business as much. So, you know, they were so excited for opportunities that the paperwork wasn't right. And, you know, working with artists now that actually come from the 90s, I see a lot of resistance, and, you know, there's, you know, trust issues because of the 90s. So, you know, I don't know, that song is such a big hit. I guess I want to ask you, are your residuals in check? Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been experiencing. Mhm. Mm. Hey, girl, I say, listen. I say that the music industry all the time. I was gonna do a podcast one time called Acid Alcohol, because I literally think that's literally what the music industry was as I was in it the first time. I took a hiatus because I just didn't even understand what I was getting into. Yeah, so I totally, yes, you could say as. It's real. I get it.
Come on now. Come on now.
Can I say the ditties?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Facts.
Yes.
So Jackie, I actually, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to cut you off. Keep going, sweetie. You know, this is actually why. So I don't know if you were listening in before we brought you on. We actually had just announced a big talent competition that we're doing here in Las Vegas, but it's got such a different twist, and the whole purpose behind it. You know, when I talk to Mark and I talk to Ariella, and we talk to other people in the industry, what you're saying is so real. And we've all been through scenarios and situations where we overstand what you're saying right now. Like when I say we overstand it, oh my gosh. And so that was actually one of our driving forces behind this competition, is we wanted to get, you know, raw talent and make sure they understood the business, like real arts development, without having to open your legs, get on your knees, you know, bend over for 3-4 people before you can even get $1. You know, like we wanted to make sure that they understood that their talent was enough. It may be a slower process, but with the right people in place, it's a real, authentic, organic process. And, you know, raw talent is raw talent. You know, but sometimes, you know, the devil has a way of wanting to snatch your soul, you know, and give you that opportunity. I mean, that's what we're hearing now, even with the situation we just talked about. Opportunity leads you into dark places, and I think we all in this room, we all know it so well. So you, like, I mean, what you just said is just so real. You know, they're taking you know, people that are talented, and they are, you know, capitalizing, and unfortunately, after they get to a certain point, it turns into, you know, alcohol, drugs, and, you know, low self-esteem, because they can't even look at themselves in the mirror anymore.
I think what's wonderful about the competition is that you guys are bringing back artist development. That is something that has been missing from the industry for a very long time, and that used to exist. You know, Barry Gordy made sure that, you know, his artists, were classy, and that all of those things were in order when they're doing interviews, all of that stuff. So Jackie, this leads me, and I want to ask you one question. This is Ariella Blu. I would like to know, at what age were you when you realized that you had this gift of singing, and what inspired you to sing and do music?
So I grew up singing, but
Go ahead, you
I
can talk.
started when I was like, you know,
You can talk
13,
if you want.
14, when I was writing and doing some stuff. And then my mother would let me do a couple of shows, and then she was like, "Oh no, I don't want you to do too many, you know, things because you're too young." So she wouldn't let me go out.
Ariella's gonna announce her going into Make It Last.
Wow. Gotcha. She was protective over you, right? Yeah.
It's better than leaving the speaker so
And I did it with groups. I did it with solo artists. I coached them in the studio, vocally. I coached them for stage, everything. Because I did rock too. I was singing rock. I used to sing with Toto, the rock group Toto.
Oh yes.
But helping other artists, and I always talk to the artists about what is going to happen and how you don't need to rush, because if you're so thirsty to be in the business, you're going to sell yourself out.
Amen.
Development in anything anymore is because everything was a quick, let's put the cereal out. You know, that was the too hot, Captain Crunch out. And we got to get it out before it's too late. You know, we're going to make our money, and then when that one dies out, we're going to go to the next Captain Crunch.
Right. Right. Right.
So true.
It,
Oh, it's so
yes.
That's
true.
true.
Yes.
That's true. Well, you know, Jackie, you know what? I definitely want to show, you know, these new Gen Zs
Mm-hmm.
what it's all about. Definitely want to play the classic song, Make It Last Forever. Is that okay with you? All right, here we go.
Thank you.
I like that. That's nice.
We want to tag the station.
No, you're gonna ask Doris real quick, and we have to tell her we only have a couple minutes left. Ask her, let her
Make this
answer
one last forever.
it. Did you everything? And then we're gonna do the competition. We not even have.
Are you sure that we should
Yeah, we
ask
should.
the last
We should.
question?
Yeah, she can ask it really quick. Did you everything? Can we thank her? And then Mark. It's the third caller. Mark, the number
5 minutes.
I hear you back there.
Ooh.
Well, you know what, Jackie? We want to collectively thank you for coming to the show.
Yes,
We really
thank you.
deeply appreciate you. Let's give Miss McGee a round of applause, y'all.
All right. Thank you
You
so
made
much
that
for joining
song.
us.
I love Keith, but you made that song.
You
Yeah.
did.
Thank you so much, and we look forward to talking with you more in the future. Okay. All right. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jackie.
so much.
Bye.
Have a great evening.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. All
Right.
right.
Okay, for the people that are watching us live right now, we have a last ticket giveaway. We need you to name 3 songs off the Make It Last Forever album that debuted in 1987. The first person who answers any of our feeds wins.
All right, y'all. Come on.
Okay, we need y'all to call in. That call-in number is 221-7283. Again, 702-221-7283.
So
This is KSHP Radio, y'all, 107.1 FM.
Yes. So
1400 on your AM dial.
if you're watching us on live, you can answer that way, or you can call in. So
Yes.
the first person to tell us, we got some tickets for you.
I know I got some Key Sweat fans out there. Come on, y'all.
All right. Well, we're gonna announce that on our next show, because right now we are coming to an end. So, whew, you
Yes,
guys,
we want to thank
could
you
go
all.
on.
We really want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And of course, we will see you all next week, same place, same time. We out, y'all.
We out.
Laughs and lyrics. Friday Night Frenzy.
Laugh for a minute, bet they gon' get it. New show on the road, keep your ears all severed. Let me break it down, we gon' take the crown. New vibe so alive, tell me how that sound. MarkPain got the mic, he gon' do it right. Christy with the T, she gon' make it out of sight. Ariella with the last name Blue. Sweet on the mic, make a pathway through. Bring it in with the real Domk. Different.